Hello everyone. In this session, we shall see the meaning of profits prior to incorporation. Now, profits prior to incorporation is the second chapter of your Unit 4 after company final accounts. Now, what is the meaning of profit prior to incorporation? Why am I stressing upon uh, me making any organization or a company form of organization making profits prior to incorporation? Now, according to Companies Act 2013, any profit before or prior to the incorporation certificate cannot be treated as the profit of a company. I repeat, according to Companies Act 2013, any profit which is being earned by the company before getting the incorporation certificate cannot be treated as profits of the company. Now, what are we going to do with that profits? How are we going to account this profit prior to incorporation? All these things we are going to learn in this unit. Now, let's say, for example, there is an partnership firm which is ABC partnership firm, and XYZ company took over the ABC partnership firm on 1/4/2019. Assume, and the incorporation certificate was given on 1st of November 2019. So any profit which has been earned during this period shall be treated as the capital profit. I repeat, any profits which has been earned during this period will be treated as your capital profit. Now, where am I going to show that? That will be shown under reserves and surplus in a separate account called as capital reserve. I repeat, that will be shown in the reserves and surplus in a separate account called as capital reserve in your balance sheet. That's the thing. Now, also, we will look into the accounting treatment of this. Now, there are two methods. Under first method, it is very simple. You will prepare P&L account or the P&L statement which for the prior period, and you will close the books of the accounts there, and you will open a fresh books of account for post period. That you already know. But what happens here is it is a time consuming process. But on the second method, you will prepare one P&L account, and you will make sure that you are dividing all the indirect expenses and the incomes for between prior period and the post period. Now, to divide this into prior period and post period, we have two major ratios, that is your sales ratio and time ratio. Now, when I say sales ratio, the question is, what are the expenses or the incomes which I'm going to divide on the sales ratio? What are the expenses or incomes which I'm going to divide on the time ratio? This is the bigger question. Now, the first thing in the first place, you shall divide your gross profit in your sales ratio. You will divide your gross profit under sales ratio, because whatever gross profit you are getting, that is out of the sales. Now, expenses which are directly related to sales, like your commission on sale, your discount allowed, your bad debts, your advertisement, all these things are related to sales. All these things shall also be divided under sales ratio. Let's say you want to divide the expenses which are relating to time, that is your depreciation, your insurance, your taxes, your rent, salaries, etc. All these things will be divided under time ratio. Now, there can be certain items which will come only in the pre-incorporation column, like your partner's salary, your interest on partners. In my example, I told you that ABC partnership firm has been taken over by so and so company. So any partner's salary or interest which has been paid to the partners on their capital will be taken only in the pre-incorporation period. Expenses which are exclusively related to the post incorporation and the company shall be coming into post. For example, you have your so-called director's fees, debenture interest, preliminary expenses. All these things will be taken in your post column.